Pauline Swift for Our World Media Magazine. We're here in Queens speaking with the lovely Bianca Marley, who's from .com. She has her own business. And as well as you are a reporter.
That's right.
Tell me, what is it like being a sports reporter?
It's extremely fun. I only say that because I grew up playing sports, so it's a way to stay connected to the game and really be involved and just keep an eye on what's going on up, in the current day. So it's fun capturing stories that happen on the court and off the court and really sharing that with the audience, whoever's watching.
How did you get inspired to do this type of work?
It's so funny because I think I kind of fell into it upon graduating. I have a business background, and when I moved to New York, I was kind of figuring out where to work. I was temping at certain companies, certain organizations, and then I randomly volunteered to help with Fashion Week. And through that, I was presented with an opportunity to go to a show and fill in for someone. So I was doing behind the scenes work, like using an iPhone. And this is at the time where like iPhones is not a thing where you film.
Mm-hmm.
So I used an iPhone to interview a lead hairstylist. And I liked the adrenaline behind it, and I thought it was pretty neat and pretty cool. So from then on, I kind of just took my iPhone, did my own little stand-ups, and got involved.
So how long have you been doing this?
For about 2012, so about 4 years. 4 years. So I can't believe it, actually, as I'm saying it. Yeah.
Time goes by when you're having fun, right?
You're absolutely right.
I guess you love what you do because you look like you do.
Yes, it's so fun. I'm so thankful for the opportunity because it's very tough to get access into these high-end events. So.
But how do you do it? What's your secret?
Secret, I think, really is about building relationships and networking. I know that's very cliche, but again, I think this kind of stems back all the way from my childhood, being involved with sports. While I was in college, I interned with sports teams and with our football and basketball teams, and through management there, they were connected with folks where I actually work at the Barclays Center. So stemming those relationships all the way back from years not knowing at the time how powerful they could be kind of has been the trick for me.
Who's some of your famous people that you have interviewed?
Oh my goodness. I really enjoyed interviewing Magic Johnson. I think his smile is electric. It's very contagious. You see it on camera, but it's something else. His aura is just so powerful. So I think he was probably one of the top folks that I enjoyed interviewing.
I saw a picture with you and Spike Lee.
Yes.
And I'm trying to find that man and interview him. So
yes.
Yeah.
Well, you can find him at a Knicks game. He's a huge, avid Knicks fan. Mm-hmm. But Spike Lee was fun. He's an interesting, I love his personality. It's funny because, again, this is when I started back up at All-Star Weekend, where I happened to catch up with him on courtside. And again, I was off guard. I was chewing gum. I was like, oh my gosh, I want to do a quick little interview. And he's like, okay, but first you got to spit out your gum. I'm like, wait, what? And he put his hand out and forced me to take my gum out and put it. I mean, it is kind of proper etiquette. It makes sense. But the fact that he was
take the gum and put it in his
exactly.
hand.
So I can just say now, Spike Lee has my gum. Maybe he put it in his pocket somewhere. Who knows? But it was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yes.
That's awesome. What has been some of your greatest challenges since you are in sports and working as a sports reporter?
So I think separately, I kind of do this on the side. I actually work a 9-to-5 job, so that in itself is a challenge because I know working in the sports industry, it's 24/7. So really having that mindset and that determination and time management, it has been a huge challenge. Within the industry itself, it's a male-dominated industry. So as a female, sometimes it's tough to be taken seriously. So that can be a challenge. So to kind of overcome that challenge, I've played sports. I have that background knowledge. I make sure that I speak my knowledge and really show that I do know the game and I do care about capturing stories.
What is your favorite sport?
To play,
Mm-hmm.
it's a tie between tennis and basketball. To watch, I would say tennis is my favorite sport to watch. Although lately I've been very into boxing. Brooklyn boxing is huge. So once Barclays Center opened up in Brooklyn, I've been able to cover some of those bouts, and it's been super fun. I even take some boxing lessons now. So I really love all. It's tough to choose one.
Okay.
Yes.
What advice would you give to a young woman such as yourself that wants to enter the field of reporting?
That's a very good question. I would just say follow your heart, follow your passion. There's not technically a direct roadmap to achieve success. Again, for me, I speak on that. I come from a business background. I didn't have as much experience with communications, broadcasting, on-air reporting. So you shouldn't let your background kind of define or justify where you should be. I would say just follow your heart, go hard, and if you really care, you'll find a way to make it happen. Like, you will find a way to get what you want if you're passionate, determined, and you have that strong work ethic and integrity.
Bianca, where do you see yourself or would like to see yourself in the next 5 years?
That's a very good question. And I know it's kind of a thing to have that game plan. For me, I'm kind of in the moment type of person. But where I would like to see myself 5 years from now, I would like to share and empower individuals to really do what they strive to do. So using my sports reporting background, seeing them and having folks understand my story, I want that to inspire others to follow their track. 5 years from now, perhaps having more consistent gigs in the sports reporting field, and perhaps covering stories that are not necessarily covered through mainstream media. So, yes.
Speaking of inspiring, you said that you work in the business field.
Yes.
Who inspired you growing up?
So I have to say my mother. That's like a given. She definitely has strong work ethic to the core, and I think it was kind of innate. It was just built in me. She definitely inspires me. And someone else who inspired me growing up, she used to watch the news every morning. So as I was getting ready for school, NBC News, there was a reporter named Renee Chenault Fatah. I looked up to her as like my second mother. I loved the way she covered stories, and it was just another face to open up to. And ironically, we met one time downtown at a hair salon. So when I met her in person, I was like, oh my gosh, like it just all came together. I really think she's a great individual and a strong worker. So she inspires me as well.
Thank you, Bianca.
Of course.
I appreciate you coming on our World Media Magazine to talk. I wish you the best.
Thank you.
And one thing I would like to ask you is, you're very young still, so what would you say to your younger self? What advice would you give to your younger self before we finish?
My younger self, I would just say go for it. Go for it and just have that confidence, because with my background, I didn't have that experience with sports reporting. If I were more confident earlier on, I think I would have been, I could have gotten a grasp of everything even sooner. Okay. So just confidence and just really owning and being happy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, could you tell the audience how they can get a hold of you if they need to?
Of course, yes. So I have a website called biancamarley.com. You can go on there. All my contact information is there. And on that website, I share information about sports news that happens behind the scenes. And in addition, sports industry advice for folks who want to get in, because I often get asked, how do I get into the industry? Mm-hmm. So there's some tips on the website as well. I'm on Instagram and Twitter at Bianca Marley. Yep.
Thank you.
Of course.
Pauline Swift for Our World Media. Another episode. Stay tuned for the next one. Take care.
Bye. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Thank you.